Hey guys, Blade here, and today we are going to discuss some exotic weapons that every Titan should have, or if you have the weapons, try to get their catalysts and enhance them, whatever it is. So, for the next expansion, Edge of Fate, these weapons are going to be really solid, and I think are the best for next expansion and the seasonal artifact perks and the exotic buffs we are getting. So let's first talk about the exotic the primary slot weapons. So the first one we have here is the Sweet Business. So the Actium Warwick is getting the Warm God Keres treatment. So now you will be dealing more damage also after killing combatants with out rifles. So Sweet Business is one of the best pairing with Actium Warwick on Void Titan and Prismatic Titan. So I think everyone should have this weapon along with its catalyst. It may deal up to 100% more damage next season. So grab its catalyst and be ready. So the second primary weapon I think is the Huckleberry. It is one of the most underrated SMGs this season, so everyone should have it. It deals really insane damage with Rampage. At 3 stacks, it deals like 60% more damage. So the next season with Peacekeepers, this is going to be busted because we are also getting Overload SMGs. So the third one is everyone favorites exotic perf rifle, the Outbreak Perfected. I am not going to use it much in my Titan builds because I am not a big fan of that pulse rifle, but it is really solid. I like to use Revision Zero a lot. I think for Grandmasters it is just better, but it is your choice. These three pulse rifles are going to be really insane. So the bad juju may see a lot of love next season because of the super gains. So I really want to see its interaction with 200 or 100 intellect, that how much super energy we gain with this weapon. I hope it is going to be really solid, and being pulse rifle, this can be used in many super based builds like Curse of the Falling Star or the Pyrogales, etc. So um, I think you should have this weapon and its catalyst. Revision Zero is one of the best pulse rifles for the end game. I think it deserves a mention, so try to have it from Operation Seraph Shield. The sixth one is Wicked Implement. I do not like this weapon personally because I use most of the time Salvation's Grip in my stasis slot and stasis loadout. So if you are if you are using the Cadmus Ridge Landscape, this is a solid pick, but I think it may be meta for the next season due to artifact perks being stasis. So the Navigator is the weapon you also can get right now from Rite of the Nine. I think everyone should have it because if the next season we have the Strand Grenade damage buff counting as melee, so I think this Navigator is going to be really solid for Strand melee based builds because it is just so good for spamming your grapple nades. So try to have it from the Rite of the Nine. And the Bastion is also getting solid buffs. You are going to be dealing, I think, 200% more melee damage after successful hits from its burst. So it may see some plays with the Warm God Keres or Synthesept Berserker. And the last one we have here is the Monte Carlo. I think that for Wishful Ignorance, and yes, for the Wishful Ignorance build, I think on Titan, I will may be able to use it because we also have Overload auto rifles. So it will be a solid pick if it gives you tons of melee energy on 100 stats. We will see. I think it is a solid weapon to have for the new Titans. I think this is also a really good weapon. So let's come to the second slot. We have here the Core of One is the best weapon. You can clear ads with it. You can deal a lot of damage to the champions with it. Destabilizing round is the perk you need on this weapon, and with Actium Vareg, this thing is going to be really busted. I just posted a video about the build with it on Void Titan, so I think this thing is going to be absolutely insane with Actium Vareg Void Titan. So the Vexcalibur is has always been the best for the Titan, no matter what. This is the best glaive in the game. I also like the Winter Bite, but I think this is the best glaive in the game. It has a lot of utility and it is just so much like it is beyond broken for most of the builds. A lot of wolves, easy damage for the DPS and the solar season. So Lord of Wolves is also a really good choice for Capri's Horn build and the Path of the Burning Steps. I think this thing is going to be broken with the Path of the Burning Steps build next season. It will be dealing maybe up to 35 or 40% or maybe 50% more damage. So you must have it, and it's Catalyst. Tommy's Matchbook again with the Actium Warwick and Lordly Splendor next season is really solid for both the Overload and with precision hits. You can also get Radiant next season. So it will be a solid pick for Titans with Actium Warwick and Lordly Splendor builds. So really good exotic. I have used it a lot in the past. So get its catalyst done before the next expansion. And the Graviton lens, I do not like to use it a lot. I prefer using Koirov one. So if you like this weapon, it is easy to use and is really solid. Just clear ton of ads. So and anti-barrier pulse rifle next season. So it will be a solid pick for void builds. And we have Ariana's Vow. So this thing slaps. Oh, let me put its ornament. I like this one. So good pick for the barrier champions. If you do not want to use or rifles, it may be really solid for the Path of Burning Steps build again. And we have Taraba. I will be using it with Peacekeeper on Solar Titan, and I have tried it right now, and this thing shreds. So try to get it by completing UI or did this with my only one friend, and you can also get Spoils of Conquest solo. There are a lot of YouTube guides on how to solo get the Spoils of Conquest for this weapon. So I think every Titan should have it. This is really insane with Peacekeepers. And then we have the Polaris Lance. It is not really my playstyle, but I think with Path of Burning Steps and for passive Titans, it is going to be a solid option. I will also use it, but I do not like it that much. And Buried Bloodline for getting Devour, so that it will be really useful for our grenade based builds, especially on Void Titan with Hoyle or Armamentarium. So I think everyone should have it. Try to farm the dungeon. I know it is pain, but it is worth it. And Ergosum with perfect fifth caster frame. This thing is really broken when you are using it with Ember of Ashes. It ignites and deals a lot of damage. So I think this is a really solid pick for solar builds next season. And then we come to the heavy weapons, the Salvation Grip for the stasis builds, for Icefall Mantle, And yeah, for the Icefall Mantle, I will be using it. There's only one or two better Titan exotics on Stasis, like Icefall, and the other one is Cadmus Rich Landscape. So this is the only weapon I use for my Stasis Titan. And then we have Grand Overture again with the Actium Varrig. This thing may get so much broken and it may deal up to 30% or 50% depending on the Actium rig buff more damage. So I think this is a really solid pick. And then Queenbreaker for the Arc Titan lovers. This thing is still a beast and it will be really solid weapon for the next season. And I will also be using Arc Titan. So I will make Arc Titan builds. So with Crest of Alpha Lupi and the MK44 stand sights. So this thing I think everyone should have with the Catalyst. And the fourth one is here apparent. I don't know how to pronounce this, higher or here. Let me know in the comments. So this thing might see some love. It has a really good mag size. So with Actium Varric, it may be a solid pick because it can get anti-barrier rounds by defeating targets rapidly or getting precision hits. So try to have this weapon. I was trying to get the catalyst, so it is 60%. So I think this is a solid pick for Solar Titan with Actium Boric. And then we have Dragon's Breath. This is the just the best weapon for Solar meta. I think this will be the most broken build. Oh, sorry, the most broken weapon, heavy weapon next season. It always has been in, especially in Solar artifacts. This thing shreds everything, so must have it with the catalyst. Finalities Ogre, I think it will be solid for DPS, but if you do not have it, just do not grab it. It is an okay weapon to have. So the Lament, it got nerfed so many times, but the next season is Solar season, so I will be using it a lot with my Stronghold Berserker builds. So I think the new Titans should have this weapon. This is just the Queen of Swords, so everyone should have it. And the Thunderlord, again for the Actium Varric. Oh, I have the Catalyst. So with Actium Varric on Arc Titan with Stormscape, this thing is going to be really solid next season with damage buffs from mobility and Actium Varric and the armor mods we are getting. This thing may be broken or beyond that, so you must have it. So these are the weapons that you should be chasing before Edge of Fate and get their catalyst done. So in the next video, I will be talking about the legendary weapons that you should have, and then we will talk about some exotics and what roles you should be chasing for them. So have a nice day, Titans.